Clutch at Grid Ojai. I just put on an album by The National. It's called Fake Empires, the song. Boxers, the album. It's very topical and it's a cool band. They're not new, but you might not have heard of them, The National. I was doing a little bit of reading. The paint's drying on the chicken coop, so I thought I would come in here and everyone's kind of chilling out. This is my kind of music map library room. I collect old books and old maps. I was reading this book called Wealth versus Commonwealth. It's so interesting that it's so topical today, and it was written in 1864, copyright 1894. So what was going on in 1894? We had just taken over the Western territories, the Spanish-American War. We took it, just like Saddam Hussein tried to take Kuwait. They wanted to sell it, but we took it. I thought this was interesting. It says the Crotona Institute of Theosophy in Hollywood, California. But look at the symbols. There's a swastika, there's a ankh, I'm gonna look these up, but these look like Masonic symbols. It's very interesting. But I'll read you I know this is boring, but this is part of the channel. I wanted to let you know that history is so important. But it's interesting because the problems that we have today are not new. And we're not living in a new time. They're ancient problems. And just the first paragraph. Nature is rich, but everywhere man and the air of nature is poor. Never in this happy country or elsewhere except in the land of miracle where did all eat and they were filled. There has been enough of anything for the people. Never been enough of anything. Since time began, all the sons and daughters of men have not all been warmed, all filled and shod and roofed. Never have virgins, wise or foolish, been able to fill their lamps with oil. And this is just the first page, and it goes on to say that, the people that control the natural resources, basically holding back the riches of the earth, the sea and the sky from their fellows who famish and freeze in the dark. They declare to them that there is too much light and warmth in food. They assert the right for their private profit to regulate the consumption by the people of the necessities of life, to control production, not by the needs of humanity, but the desires for a few dividends. The coal syndicate thinks there's too much coal, there's too much iron, lumber, etc. Interesting. I actually think it's the opposite now in America. I think that's how they kept people down in the past, because if you were worried about hunger and food, you couldn't protest, right? But I think in America we have so much that we have a lot of time and don't appreciate all that we have and want to not complain. We'll talk about not complain is a good topic. Let's move off this. There's a great book that changed my life, and I've read it a lot of times, and it's called How to Win Friends and Influence People, written by Dale Carnegie in 1945, I'm going to say. I'd highly recommend you get this book. I've told my employees to read this. It's really, really good. But there's a chapter in the book that talks about the 3 C's, and that's criticism, condemn, and complain. And what I have tried to do, and I learned this too late in my career, so I'm hoping I can pass it on to everyone, is when you criticize, you cause resentment 100% of the time, even if it's constructive. People say, oh, I know, I don't take it away, but they do. If they want to be honest with themselves, there's a tinge of resentment. And you can move from tinge to major resentment. So that's what's going on. All we do in a modern society is criticize each other. Criticize the president, criticize the government, criticize the liquor store, whatever it is, right? I don't like this, I don't like that. And I think that if everyone would just stop and consider how much you criticize every day, it would really help you in business and in personal. Like just hanging up the phone saying that guy was an idiot, even though that guy's not there, it says to your staff, you can talk about people behind their back, it causes negative energy. And in a personal relationship, when you say something that criticizes your partner, your wife, your partner, that causes a reaction. So if you can step back and identify what's happening, you can avoid a lot of problems. I just feel that all the divisiveness that's going on in the world and you know, all of it is driven by this type of narrative on TV, which, you know, tries to criticize and divide and cause negativity. It's all wrong. And if you read this book, you'll see, and if you practice these things, you will become, you know, you'll find that you'll become a better person, and you'll have more friends who care about you, and you'll be super successful. Because it's basically just basic stuff like just being considerate, you know, but people forget about that. All right, so look, this is kind of what's different about this channel. I wanted to also show you, I just have to look around for topics. Guitar, I just learned how to play LA Woman last month by The Doors. It's a great little guitar riff. I learned how to do charcoal and painting this year, or this coronavirus. I was bored. What I got here? Oh look, these are some of my sketches. So that's later on, but I was doing some homeschooling with my nephew. I was doodling. That was my first picture. That was my second. I'm getting better. And charcoal is fun. Anyway, and this is probably a lot of chicken coop design and doghouse design. I was gonna do stuff. Anyway, what's this? This is a thermal sight by Leopold. I'll do a separate video on this for the prepping guys. These are FM transceiver radios, which are really good. They probably have too much power than it's allowed, but in an emergency, who cares? I collect old stuff. Mattel NFL football, Geiger counter, a lot of old stuff. Look at this, 50 years, nothing has changed at all. Nixon and Mao, Palestine and the Arabs. Let's wrap up the astounding war. Wrap up of the astounding war. 1967. Wow. Anyway, yeah, so just want to let you know of all the exciting kind of cool things. Those are some of my bags. Those are my car bags. I have gas masks and just food and water and some stuff I always carry with me. I have also an SAS survival book that one of my friends, John in Utah, gave me. And you can make this like little kit out of an Altoids box that has like everything you need to survive for like a few days. It's pretty cool. So I made one with my nephew as a kind of project for homeschooling, and I'll show you that on another video. Okay, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the National, and just to get some insight on what the great richness of content you're gonna get out of this channel. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.